Hey, it's Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for May 3rd, 2024. Recently, we began shipping our Analog Productions UHQR of Guacho by Steely Dan, and that has been doing very, very well. It has received a lot of positive feedback, and the next titles that are going to be shipping from Steely Dan on UHQR are Katy Lied and The Royal Scam, and that will complete the Steely Dan UHQR series. And the Katy Lied should be coming out by the end of the summer, and the Royal Scam should be coming out by the end of the year. And as we get closer to those dates, we will have more information and a set in time date for those. And something that we began shipping last week from the Philips Acoustic Sound Series was the Jerry Mulligan Night Lights. Chad wanted to highlight this. It's one of his favorites. He said that this thing sounds incredible, and it's been selling very, very well as well. And this was mastered by Ryan K. Smith off of the original analog master tape and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at QRP. A reminder for June 7th, the new Acoustic Sound series, we will be doing the Bluesville Acoustic Sound series. And the first two titles shipping from this series are Skip James Today and John Lee Hooker, Burning Hell. Both of these titles are cut from the original analog master tape by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab here at Blue Heaven Studios, and these will be pressed on 180 gram vinyl at QRP and put in the stout and tip-on jackets and come with a blue obi. Next up, we're going to go over the Acoustic Sound Series titles that are going to be releasing this May. From the Verve Acoustic Sound Series, Kenny Burrell, Guitar Forms, and that's going to be coming out next week, May 10th. And Duke Ellington and John Hodges, back-to-back, coming May 24th. From the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound Series, Hampton Hawes, For Real, coming May 17th. A couple weeks ago, we began shipping our reissue of the 1998 box set we did of the Thelonious Monk Riverside Tenor Sessions, and that box has been doing absolutely wonderful. We are down to the last third of those, so if you are interested in a copy, you may want to get that sooner rather than later. But coming May 17th, we are going to be releasing the titles that are in that box set individually, and those titles are as follows. Monk Brilliant Corners, Monk's Music, Thelonious Monk with John Coltrane, Mysterioso, 5x5, At the Black Hawk, and In Action. This month we will be releasing the next two titles from the Analog Productions Pablo Series, and both of those will be releasing May 31st, and those titles are Duke Ellington, Duke's Big Four, and that's mastered by Kevin Gray from the original analog master tape and pressed at QRP, and Duke Ellington and Ray Brown, this one's for Blanton. And this one is mastered by Doug Sachs at the Mastering Lab from the original analog master tape and also pressed at QRP. And again, those two titles will be shipping May 31st. As for the subscriptions for that set, the first 250 copies are numbered and only available to subscribers. Of the 250, we only have 32 left, so if you are interested in a numbered subscription set of those, please email subscriptions@acousticsounds.com. Next week, we will begin shipping the next two titles from the Analog Productions 75th Anniversary of Atlantic Records series, and those titles are John Coltrane, Coltrane Plays the Blues, and this is mastered by Ryan K. Smith off of the original analog master tape, and this is the stereo version, and the SACD of this is yet to be determined. And the next one is Yes, 90125, and this is mastered from a half-inch tape copy by Kevin Gray, and this one will have the SACD shipping with it next week as well. We recently got the 90125 SACD as well as the Yes album SACD, and both of these SACDs are going to be shipping next week with the release of the Atlantic titles. And the next two titles shipping from this series coming June 7th are Charles Mingus the Clown and the Yes album, and more details on those next week. We also had a subscription set of all of these Atlantic titles, and of the 500 that we had, we only have about 70 or 75 left. If you do want a subscription set of either the Atlantic or the Pablo, please do email subscriptions@acousticsounds.com. Up for pre-order this week from Analog Productions, coming next week, May 10th, Joe Walsh, The Smoker You Drink, The Player You Get. We've done this before on 33, but this set will be a 2LP 45 RPM set, and this is remastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio from the original analog master tape, and will be plated and pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180 gram vinyl. Back in stock this week from Speaker's Corner, the Ataulfo Argenta España, and from Coherent Records, Anthony Wilson, Hackensack West, and this is recorded and mastered by Kevin Gray and pressed at RTI. New from Morning Star Music, various artists, We Still Can't Say Goodbye, a musician's tribute to Chet Atkins, and we have 3 versions of this available, a standard version, a numbered limited edition version with a booklet and a DVD, as well as a numbered limited edition with a booklet and DVD on orange vinyl. And new from the Blue Note Tone Poet series, Total Eclipse by Bobby Hutcherson, and Donald Byrd, Bird's Eye View. And both of these titles were mastered from the original analog master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio and pressed at RTI. For our SACD fans out there, here's something you might like. From Esoteric, Leonhardt, Bach, the Goldberg Variations, Mazel, Respighi, The Pines of Rome and the Festival of Rome, and Monteau, Brahms Symphony No. 2. And these are all limited edition one-time pressings, and these are hybrid SACDs that contain a Redbook stereo CD layer, which is playable on most conventional CD players. Features DSD mastering, they're Japanese manufactured, and they come packaged in deluxe, full-color, high-quality gatefold digipacks. Couple of titles in from Music on Vinyl this week. Various Artists, Disco Collected, 180-gram 2LP set with an insert. Various Artists, Eurodance Collected, a limited numbered edition of 2000 on pink and purple vinyl. The Move, Message from the Country, a limited edition of 1,000 numbered copies on white vinyl. Santana Marathon, a 45th anniversary edition of 1,500 numbered copies on 180-gram yellow, red, and orange marbled vinyl, and comes with an insert. Corrosion of Conformity, In the Arms of God, a limited edition of 1,000 numbered copies on 180-gram silver vinyl, and comes in a gatefold jacket. And Case Choice, Paradise in Me, a limited edition of 750 numbered copies on translucent green colored vinyl, and the D-side is etched. From Sundazed, Sandy Nelson, Drums A Go-Go, and we have the standard black edition as well as a green vinyl edition. And Nucleus self-titled on white vinyl, and both of these titles were cut by Kevin Gray at Coherent and pressed at Citizen Vinyl here in the US. From Modern Harmonic, Sun Ra and his orchestra, Thunder of the Gods, on limited edition lightning yellow vinyl. From Atlantic Records, Genesis, Turn It On Again, The Hits. Genesis's multi-platinum selling 1999 release on vinyl for the first time, and it is a 2LP set. Sia, Reasonable Woman, a limited edition on baby pink vinyl. And Melanie Martinez, K-12, on limited edition pink vinyl. From Young Records, Kamasi Washington, Fearless Movement. From Rounder Records, Katy Pruitt, Mantras. From Reprise Records, Green Day, Warning, a limited edition on fluorescent green vinyl. From Real Gone Music, Elaine Brown, Black Panther Party, Seize the Time, a limited edition on deep purple vinyl. Thomas Newman, American Beauty, a limited edition on blood red rose vinyl. Various Artists, Music from the Motion Picture Go, a limited 25th anniversary edition on blue smoke vinyl. And Tweet, Southern Hummingbird, a limited edition of 1,000 copies on ruby red vinyl. From Truly Handmade Records, Guy Clark, Truly Handmade Volume 1, a collection of singer-songwriter Guy Clark's solo acoustic demos. From La Fée, Typical of Me, 12-inch EP. From Charlie, Jeff Beck, Beck's Blues, and 94 East featuring Prince, Dance to the Music of the World, available on standard black or limited edition purple vinyl. From Edition Records Limited, Fergus McCready, Stream, a limited edition on transparent vinyl. And from Warner Brothers, Dua Lipa, Radical Optimism, on limited edition clear vinyl. And now for an employee pick, and this week's pick comes from Deanne over here at the office, and Dee picked Pearl Jam Dark Matter. Everyone has a few albums that come into their lives at exactly the right time. This one immediately became an indelible part of the soundtrack of my life. This crazy faded message has come to remind me of the grace and healing that music bestows on us all. Insane times have lent Pearl Jam this epiphany to relay to the masses. They stay true to the Pearl Jam of my youth while telling stories of the very present moment we're living in. This LP is destined to be played over and over, to serve me a tonic with every track. Thank you. Well, that wraps up the new releases here at Acoustic Sounds for May 3rd, 2024. As always, the links to everything you saw in the video will be in the description below. And if you aren't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our email newsletter, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you.
Please like and subscribe for more audiophile content.